I am working on much the same kind of stuff with Samba and Prairie this week. Samba is learning how to balance on the circle at the trot. And she kind of charges off and rushes a little less often now. Sometimes she'll start out poking her nose out and her head up, but then she'll figure out that she just needs to soften. You told me to start working on changes of bend and direction with her, so that is what this is. We start out on a circle to the right, and now we're going to switch to a circle to the left. So she seems to be able to change her bend and direction pretty easily. Now it doesn't always work. I've got some examples here of when it doesn't. I'm asking her for a little move out there. And she does real well. I'm trying to stop her from my seat. Alright, now we're going to go on a circle to the left, and we're going to change the bend and direction with the yin-yang symbol just on the other side of the bucket. So now I'm changing my posture, and she's got her head up. She's a little uncertain, tossing her head a bit. She didn't really change her bend. She seemed a little stiff there. And not all of these are perfect, I will readily admit. Now we're going to have a brief interlude of trotting, just because Samba felt like doing so. So I start out just by trying to control her with turn in and move out to stay on the circle just at the walk. And when she starts trotting, I'm trying to transfer those same feelings with turn in and move out to keep her on the circle. And she's trotting for longer periods now. Sometimes she'll only trot for half of a circle and then walk a few steps and then trot a few more steps. That time she got a couple of times around, I believe. And I'm not asking her, but she's volunteering a little bit of trot, so I'm letting her go. She's a little stiff right there, poking her nose out. But then she figured out, okay, it feels better if I put my head right here. Trying to get her to do a yin-yang symbol there. I kind of tugged her around a little bit, so she was a bit stiff. Here's another yin-yang symbol. I see it coming. Somehow it feels like the back end is kind of in place and the front end is swiveling around like a turn in. And I don't think it's supposed to be quite like that. Okay, now I'm trying to get her to turn. That seemed better.
Yes, you're doing good.
I'm not going to ask her to change bend and direction at the trot quite yet. We've only been doing this for a couple of days. So here she's changing at the walk. She's just not a very bendy horse. You'll see the difference when I show you what Prairie does. And I think this is better. Well, no, she's kind of counterbent there. See what I mean when I say the back end seems like it's stuck in place and the front end is swiveling around? So I'm trying a different figure here. In your first book, right from the start, you show this change of bend and direction with two circles separated by a long diagonal. So that is the figure I'm trying to get her on and make the change through the center a little more gradual. So she's coming off my first circle here, and she's really just pretty much straight. I asked my husband to try to get a long view down the diagonal with the head on with the horse, so you could see the change of bend better. But I don't really think Samba's picking up on that too much. Okay, we kind of missed the bucket there, which is supposed to be the center of the circle. But I let her go because she seemed like she was concentrating on this. I'm having a little trouble getting the right angle on the camera. And she's resisting bending a little bit. She's not sure what she's supposed to do. I'm trying to ride these changes in kind of a zen way, as you said, and not get too wrapped up in, okay, change the outside rein, change the inside leg. I'm trying to just kind of intuitively let my body do what it's supposed to do in order to go where I want to go. And Samba's got a good attitude here. She's trying to work with me. If I get too wrapped up in, you know, all the separate little movements of the aids, I know I can really get lost. Like right foot blue, left hand red, and then I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So anyhow, that's how it went with Samba and the changes of bend and direction. Now you can see Prairie is a much more bendable horse, but my problem with him is I can't get him to understand the difference between turn in and move out. I'll be going around a circle with him, and I keep asking him for turn in, like this. I'm starting to ask him for turn in. See how much my body is turned? And he's still doing move out. Now when I first get on him at the beginning of the day, I try not to get on his case about every little thing. Because if I bug him about everything he's doing wrong, first he'll get confused, then he'll get frustrated, then he'll get discouraged, and then he'll quit. And that's how it goes with him. So I try not to correct him for everything, and just let him go badly and try to fix it later after he's kind of settled down. He's being especially recalcitrant on this day. I just can't seem to make myself clear to him. So I'm just trying to ride him in a circle and hopefully get him feeling what my seat is telling him. He tends to offer me move out in the same place at the circle each time around, even if I don't ask for it. Now this happened to be not a real good day, and this was the day before my camera died, and the day after he did great, but I didn't have the camera on, and so this is just what we happened to get.
Yeah. Yeah. I see.
I discovered something about him. When he's poking his nose out like that, if I give him a little nudge with my inside foot, his head kind of goes into the right place. So I'm trying to use that in order to ask him to soften rather than pulling on the reins, which always makes him poke his nose out. And we've kind of been working out this problem a little bit each day. I think he's getting a little better at softening and putting his head where it needs to be. Here I'm asking him for turn in. Oh yeah, and he's doing move out. and I'm trying to get him stopped. He doesn't want to stop. But then he seems so sweet. Ugh. I don't think he has a clue what I'm asking him for. I stop him and pat him on the shoulder when he does good, and I stop him and tell him to do something else when he does the wrong thing. And I don't think he knows the difference between the two. I'm just stopping him all the time for all he knows. Okay, so this is a change of bend and direction with him. He was going on a circle to the right, and then I tried to do the yin-yang symbol. Now here I'm going to ask him for turn in, which he does, and then he goes right into move out, and I have not asked for that. So then I ask for move out so he can tell the difference. But he's like, duh, whatever.
Good boy. And walk.
Here I go asking him for turn in. My body's turned to the inside, and he is still doing move out. I don't know what to do with this horse. I've tried to explain this to him so many times. I want to do turn in. He doesn't do turn in, so I stop him.
Yeah, frustrating today. Yesterday when the camera ran out, he was doing good.
Ugh. Now here we're doing the movement from your book, right from the start, where he's coming off the circle at the far end around that black bucket, and he's moving toward the circle around this bucket.
Yes, that was good.
And he's getting a little confused, but he's trying. He heard me say good boys, so he stopped to get his pat.
Good boy.
And you can easily see that he's a way bendier horse than Samba is. He's definitely bending around these circles. This might be the way to get through to him. Okay, now we're doing the circle at the far end. He's bending. Now when we come off of it, he's going to do a little bit of move out. And you can easily see that he does. Then I'm straightening him out. And I just need to get that head toward the inside of this bucket. Maybe have him do a little move out. That wasn't too bad. He actually changed his bend. Here we try it again. Coming off that circle. He's still bending. Now, something about my seat changed there, and he thought it was stopped. So I tell him, that's good, just go straight. And he's trying to make a little sense of that. Still going straight here. With his head cocked to the outside a little bit, I need to get that head in. And do a little move out here. And he did change his bend. He kind of turned too much there. But that wasn't too bad.